Hey everybody, thank you again for joining me for this week's This Week in Real Estate. I appreciate you checking it out. So, very good week this week. It's gone by pretty quickly. I was able to catch up on some paperwork, which is always nice to do. Kind of cleaned up a little here in the office. Kids are doing great with mom gone, but excited to have her back here in a couple days. And then also exciting for me, I guess. Maybe not for you, but a new segment later on in this This Week in Real Estate. So be sure to watch the whole thing. I think it's fun. So first thing is the market report, local market report. So Delaware County has changed just a little bit, up and down a little bit. We have 119 current homes for sale with 217 pending. And I want to throw some other kind of metrics at you this week, kind of look at some of the sales or asking prices at this point. So right now the average for Delaware County is $197,000. That's the average home listing price. Now there's obviously some very expensive homes, you know, $1.2, $1.3 million, and then there's some really inexpensive homes, you know, $10,000, $20,000. And so I also like to look at the median price, and that's at $130,000. So those are kind of give you an idea of what price points Delaware and next up Randolph County has kind of seen, along with you know, how many are for sale. So Randolph County next up. So the same exact numbers as last week. So 28 currently for sale, 31 pending, and that average is 133.7, but the median is at 92.5. So there's some more numbers for you. I like numbers. If you don't, let's just skip to the next section, which is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the good, like I mentioned, I was able to clean up some files and stuff I had been neglecting, and feels good to kind of go through those and get things to where they need to be. I was able to close on a property yesterday, so we were on the listing side. That was 19th Street. That was a neat one. The parents had lived there since, I don't know if they built the home, but they were there since the 50s, and it was a 1950s kind of construction. So if they were not the first owner, they were quickly the second one. And you know, by today's standards, you know, it was small and outdated or whatever, but it's really neat to see, you know, kind of just step back 50, 60, 70 years ago now, kind of what the building trends were and how people lived differently than we do now, because they raised 2 kids in, you know, 700 square feet, and it was, you know, small, economical, and just kind of a nice family home there on 19th Street. So also the good, and kind of also coming up would be today, have 2 listing appointments today, and so hopefully get those up and running either tomorrow or probably next week. Those will hit the market, so I can talk about those later on next week. On a personal side of things, we were able to get some more baby chicks. So this spring summer we've lost 3 of our hens, just for random reasons, and so now it's time to replenish the flock a little bit, and I'll kind of throw some pictures up. But Rachel and kids went over and picked up some chicks, and we also had our bantam hen. She was feeling rather motherly and guarding all the eggs and stuff like that, so we were able to get a couple fertilized eggs from somebody else, and she was able to hatch those, and so it's been fun for us and the kids to watch all that stuff. And then obviously this past weekend was the 4th of July, and we went over to Winchester to watch their fireworks and play on the playground and eat junk food and all that good stuff, so that was fun. And we are surviving without Rachel to this point. Many thanks to family and friends who have stepped in, and we have another day and a half without her. Be excited for her to return. So the bad is of similar vein of last few weeks, is that over, what was it, Saturday, showed a for sale by owner to one of my clients, and they loved it, and we wrote a really aggressive offer, and just so happens somebody was a little more aggressive, and we didn't get it. So I hate making those phone calls, but I'm making them quite regularly this time of year. So that would be the bad. Again, really tough to purchase a home right now. So we've been successful in most here recently in multiple offer scenarios, and this one just didn't work out in our favor. So we will continue to try. But the ugly, so nothing terribly ugly. I haven't been in any weird or gross houses this week or seen anything of the ugly nature. So we'll flip that to the good, that I didn't have to experience any of that this week. So on to the new segment here. It is Cooking Corner with Curtis. So just humor me. So this is one of my interests. Is, you know, I like to eat. Thereby I need to know how to cook, and I do enjoy that. So the kind of the backstory of all this is, years ago, Rachel and I worked opposite shifts, and she kind of worked almost like a second kind of shift. But basically, I was at home. This was before kids. I was at home by myself. And so if I wanted something for supper, I was going to have to make it myself. And so Food Network was always on, and I got some magazines and things like that, and was, you know, that kind of started my interest because I was hungry at the time. And so, so from then on, I do enjoy trying new things or new recipes or new ways and things like that. So that's the quick backstory. But last week had the smoker out and did a couple chickens, not our chickens. So did a couple of those, and then when I use the smoker, it's kind of a pain to clean up afterwards, so I try to use it quite a bit. And so with the 2 chickens, we also did smoked mac and cheese. And then a couple days later, like I said, I didn't want to just clean it after one use, and so we did a pork. I forget what cut it was. It wasn't a shoulder, but is one that we did ourselves, and so I forget. But we did pork, and, you know, all that's good, but then you're left over, obviously, with a bunch of leftovers to deal with. So the chicken then turned into some chicken salad, and then also had some chicken tacos or fajitas the other night. And then the pork's just kind of hanging out, and I just nibble on that throughout the week. So it's good and cold, whatever. Used a rub from Fountain Acres, Amish store in Fountain City, so which was good. I do like making my own, and I think I will next time, just to dial up the heat just a little bit, and then even throw in some more sweetness. So I like how they play together. So there it is, Cooking Corner with Curtis. Thank you for sitting through that if you don't like any part of that. So coming up, so we're getting ready for 4-H. It's coming here in a couple weeks, so the kids have their things to do, and then here at work we have a booth to get ready for, and giveaways and sign-ups and stuff like that. So I'll be working on that here coming up. Wagner's does the breakfast over there in Randolph County on, I believe, the Monday morning, so we make and serve breakfast for everybody, and then we'll have a booth set up for the rest of the week. So getting ready for that. And then, you know, all the other transactions I have on now, just kind of getting through those, so that we're all at different stages. Just got, you know, if we just accepted one, we're waiting on inspections or negotiating inspections, and then we have the appraisal and then things like that. So we're getting through those. And then the garden at home, with some really hot days and then some rain and stuff like that, has basically exploded, and so I expect to be kind of going through there. And you know, some of the things are ready now: the broccoli, the beets, the beans are coming on, things like that. So I expect my canner to be quite in use this next week or two. And side note, before we go, if you find any canning lids, so there has been either a run or they just have not basically produced any because of COVID or whatever, but they're kind of hard to find. So if you see them, grab them. And I was probably at 4 or 5 different places yesterday, and all I found were a few boxes of the regular, and there's no wide mouth anywhere. So just if you have a garden as well, be expecting to shop around trying to find those darn things. So, hey, this was a longer video. I appreciate you tuning in if you watched the whole thing, and hope you find some value in some of these, or maybe some humor. And then, yeah, we'll do it again next week, and I hope you tune in then. Thanks. See ya.